Good morning. And today we're up in Northumberland, just in the valley up from the River Tyne, and we're at Chester's Fort. So we'll have a look around. Let's begin. And this is the gateway to the fort.
Clayton's eyes upon the ground. He saved the ruins he'd somehow found. Oh, wealthy Lord with a vision deep. Through dirt and time, he'd secrets reap. The night lies heavy where fires once roared. Roman songs lost, their voices floored. Yet in the soil and the crumbling clay, their stories breathe in the light.
This is a barracks. And these are a stable block. You can see the sign there tells you about it. There's a barrack block. This section here is the main east gate. Well, the turrets either side, entrance down the middle. Probably would have had two entrances, doors either side to the main arch. So it would have been two arches and led into the main thingy. We've came from over at the north gate. And this is a commandant's. You can see where the flooring used to be and the heating underneath. intrigued by a mountain of earth. Got his workers to dig into it, and they came across a stone structure and pinkish floors, and he'd known enough. He'd studied the Romans, and he knew it was a bathhouse, so he started excavating more, and so they ended up finding Chester's Fort. John Clayton himself was a wealthy landowner in the Victorian times, and that was his hall up there, Clayton Hall.
On the edge of the world where the wind does call, Chester's Fort stands by the wall. Roman shields and boots did tread.
It's amazing how much is actually left of it. And other forts and everything, and Hadrian's wall itself. You know, that is the commander's house. As I was saying, it's amazing how much is left of it, because other parts, all the stones and everything were taken off the wall and everything for building of like Hexham Cathedral and other farm buildings and everything round about. And this is a headquarter building. You've got a well. And here you're going to come through. There's the courtyard. You come through an archway here. You've got the, let's see, the heart of the fort. You've got the officers and the tribunal, and down to the left there would have been the strong room. Down some steps and into what would have been probably a little storeroom. You can tell it doesn't get so much, it's very cloudy. And this is the west gate. And you've got the two turrets and the two arches, one either side, and the doors, and it would have been fair size arches, get the horses and that through. So the wall would have gone that way and joined on with the north. So you imagine just past that tree and go down and join the north gate, and it would have gone down the embankment and just the other side and along onto the east gate. Chester's Fort is just next to the River Tyne, and it is probably the best preserved Roman cavalry fort in Britain, and it housed around 500 troops. They were based here for about 300 years, and they were probably the elite of the Roman auxiliary forces. Chester Fort was discovered by John Clayton, and you see that he rediscovered the fort in the Victorian times, and the fort's museum is actually named after him, and it holds various artifacts and other things from the fort. fort itself is more like a tranquil spa on the banks of the Tyne. Its bath house offered hot, cold and steam baths for the weary soldiers. This is the south gate. And just to the farmland to the south here is a civilian settlement which remains buried, but it helped with the running of the fort. So the wall would have gone around to the corner there, that tree, and then down here past the south gate and down, and then it would have gone along probably in front of the commander's house. This one is one of the internal towers on the wall. You can see where the wall comes through the back. I would have come right down past the main south tower. This will be another tower, and it'll go around down to this other tower down here. I'd imagine this will be another internal tower, and this is classed as the southeast angle tower. And you can see the way the wall, you can imagine, comes down through the grass, round there and round, and then goes off down towards the commander's house. Some pillars there. Imagine how much is still left undisturbed. You can see the slight divots in the ground. And you can see the wall would have come along this way, joined on. This is another internal tower. You can see it come across. Actually, this is a gate. It's a small east gate. And for some reason had the main east gate, which is just off to the left, and had a small one. And looking at the size of the arch, it's just enough, maybe, yeah, you may be able to get a horse through, but I think it's mainly for the soldiers to walk through. The bathhouse, and there's where the stoke hole where they used to have the fires underneath the flooring.
Oh, it's a bathhouse.
And this was discovered, and John Clayton was digging a drainage trench. You see, and get down here. They used to stoke the fires. As I was saying, I used to probably top of the mill for spa at the time. screen. This is a changing hall. Imagine the soldiers sitting in these little pubs. And their feet on there. And this is a dry heat room. Some of these flags are fairly new. You see where the stokehold was, the fire's going underneath. This is a wet heat. A bit like a sauna. With in the water and steam coming up. Probably a little drain there. And the heating through. The flooring's on this level. This is the first warm room. We'll come into the cool down room. And this entrance here is into the cold bath. You see the drainage, so go down there, and then you've got the back to the changing rooms. Over the water there you can see just as a abutment, and what's left of the bridges that used to span across here under the water. I don't know if you can see there's some rocks all the way down there. And there's two bridges. There's one with 9 arches. That was a narrow bridge, just like a walkway over it. Not sure if it was all stone or it had timbers on the top. And the second one was 4 arches, and it was wider, like a roadway over. You can see the other side where the Roman wall probably followed off up into the distance into them hills. This is a museum. The Clayton Museum, which is named after the dog. Some of the finds from the site. Stones. some of the carvings. A little gold chain there. That's the hand of a statue. A little figurine of it looks like a Scotty dog. And I think that's John Clayton.
On the edge of the world where the wind does call, Chester's fort stands by the wall. Roman shields and boots did tread. Now silence whispers where the soldiers bled. Bats once steaming with
John Collingwood Bruce.
echo the steps of those not here anymore.
Who helped John Clayton with his excavations.
Their strength untold. 200 years fade, but the stones still hold. Oh, Hadrian's dream by the northern gate. The past still lingers, the future waits. Touched by the hands of the time unknown. The bones of history carved into stone. John Clayton's eyes upon the ground. He saved the ruins he'd somehow found. A wealthy lord with a vision deep. Through dirt and time, he'd secrets reap. The night lies heavy where fires once roared. Roman songs are lost, their voices floored. Yet in the soil and the crumbling clay, their stories breathe in the light of day. Whoa. Oh, Hadrian's dream by the northern gate. The past still lingers, the future waits. Touched by the hands of the time unknown. The bones of history carved into stone.
Well, yeah, there's 33 bodies were found during excavations down in the bathhouse, and John Clayton had them reburied somewhere else, and to this day they don't know where. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little walk around Chester's fort up near Choliford. I know we have, and it's a glorious day. If you like this sort of video, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.